Hello, and welcome to my continuing adventures on the PTS server. So, this is the second new house on the PTS. This is the new druid village, and yeah, I shouldn't say house. It's a whole village, and it's quite pretty and quite fun. So, let's see. To show you on the map, it is right here. Not quite in the middle of Galen, but not far off from it, right above the Oaken Forge, and near the Valley of the Watcher. And it is called the Gladesong Arboretum. So let's go inside. So I purchased this furnished, and it came with quite a lot of furnishings. I will try to show you most of the new things. I will have missed some, obviously. And it had quite a bit of furnishings that aren't druidic when you bought it furnished, and I just went ahead and rolled with those, because as you do, high isle ones mostly, so one would assume that they must trade for those. So this is the entrance, and you come out of the portal, and I added her up there. I'm not quite sure what you would do with these interesting little square spaces. I'm assuming you could use those maybe to build another little home of some sort. I'm not sure what they intended, but I just stuck something in front of it, because there are already quite enough homes, and I did build one separate home from what was already here, because I wanted to show the very cool new druidic hut that they gave us. I am so excited to see people use that for real. So let's start with the first home over here. And before we go much further, some new furnishings. The low lush fern plant is new. It is a very, very green, by the way. There's also several new Galen dogwoods. There's a curved one, and there's the twisted one, and there's the new orange daylilies, and the new short dogwood. So bunch of new plants. And that's on top of all the stuff they gave us for Apocrypha. So I was very excited. Lots of those pretty Galen trees. So obviously you know me and my love for pretty colorful trees. So this normally does not have a giant statue around the doorway. I had to add him. This is a very cool new statue, and there's a better version of it over there, and I will show you in a bit. But I decided this doorway looked boring and it needed something, so I accidentally bought two as well. So I had to use it somewhere. Whoops. The joys of buying on the PTS server, though, you don't actually have to pay for it. So here's some of the new equipment, druidic equipment they gave us, the tools. So the hide stretcher, the drying rack wide, and the drying rack tall. Those are very nice laundry system. I like those better than clotheslines. I have a feeling these would be much easier to use in houses in the future. There's also this cool new bit of hearth furnishing, the sliced green pumpkin. I like that it's very clearly food, and that could be used in a lot of circumstances. There's also a bunch of new druidic dishes. I've got one down here, but I've got a lot more in some of the other homes to show. And yes, I stuck a chicken in the cage. They gave us all of these cages. I bought it furnished, and they gave us a ton of cages. So I stuck stuff in some of them and then gave up. So this is the first little house. It's super cute. This is a big place, so we're going to do some running around, and I apologize if I jostle you all. I will try very hard not to. So we've got another little home here right in this little entrance area. They all have individual names. This one's a tree shade chamber. And yes, I stuck the beds together. Big Nord woman! She needs more room! Here's another one of the cool new the clay stack plates and the kettle. I like some of their new furnishings that they've got. Okay. So this little tree arch, they already had it decorated with these lights and the wind chime, and I honestly just loved it. So I left it, added some glowy mushrooms, and called it good. So here we've got a little glade, 2 more homes. And little steps led up here to nothing, so me being me, I had to bring over my whole throne that I had built in a different house and put it here because it matched. It went. Ah, yes, my glowy throne. Could also do more houses up here, I would just suspect. So this hut was already here, but look at that. Look how cute that is. The flowers. And I wish I'd put flowers like that on mine that I say build. I didn't. I built the whole thing came together. And I just put it in a spot. So that's a little house. Here's a better view of that covered dish. Another chicken stuck in a cage. So there's these new braziers. I'm not sure. I guess it's a brazier. It really looks just like a torch to me, but whatever. They're a new furnishing. I should show them off. This place came with quite a few of these standing stones in various places. And of course, all of the carved rock that's already here. Again, look how cute that little cottage is. So here's some more of the new furnishings. There's the kettle. That's the plates again. The mugs. Actually, the mugs might have already been here. And there's that covered dish. There's also some bowls and other things. Here's the other brazier. So it doesn't look like a brazier to me, but okay. There's a bunch of those that come with this one, this house. Okay. Try to do some super smooth running. Okay. So here's a better look at that statue. It's a cool face, and then you can see how this could be used to create like a pattern in like a wall or a structure. It's so cool. I did it to the, drop of death, by the way. That I did try to jump down from there, and you die before you hit the rocks. And I had to put these stairs in here because those there that I'm supposed to climb are covered by my water feature I created. So you may be wondering why I bothered to create this water feature here. It wasn't really necessary, but if we come up over here, can see that there is supposed to be water flowing underneath here somewhere. I decided I should put that there so it's got a clear path that it's coming from. Although, again, where is that one coming from? But that's beside the point. So I did block off these stairs up to this area, and I will show you what's up here. I'm not sure what we're supposed to use this for. It looks like some sort of ceremonial area. I mean, it's really pretty, but it just doesn't go anywhere. It just stops. And unfortunately it shows off that I did not fill in the other side on my little self-built house there, so I blocked this off so you can't see how ugly it is. As I then take you up there to show it off. Yeah. So this is the other statue, Ancient Augur. That is very cool too. I love that you can then stick these faces in the rock. So this face that's over here, I stuck that there. Because reasons. I needed to hide the top of the waterfall better. So yeah, we got a face there in the rock. Okay, now to show off the very cool little druid home that you can buy that's like a complete thing. Look at this, guys. Isn't it perfect? Of course, no windows. It's really hard to decorate inside because all the walls are curved, but I don't care. It's super, super cute. Look, it's even got like the seashells up at the top. It's so cute. I should have stuck flowers all over in that green bushy bit, but I didn't. Oh well. And I built this down here because somebody needed to get that view. What is the point of putting a waterfall in your house if you don't have any views of it? It's wrong. By the way, if you go any further down, you die. So, I don't recommend it. So here's a little house. The whole structure is one thing on the outside, except for the door. I added the door. So, but there is no floor. So you're stuck with whatever you come up with. These are those boulders turned upside down. So, little kitchen. That's the little pitcher. What I would have liked to have done with all those little houses, but honestly, as soon as you start doing stuff like that, you run out of spaces really quick. Bedroom. So just my ideas. Obviously, I would have had significantly more spots to decorate other places if I hadn't built this, but waterfall! I had to do something about the waterfall. I can't just ignore it. Okay, so let's go into the last of these dwellings, and this is the big one. I have a feeling this is like where the whole group comes together and eats and plays games, etc., and works together. So this was already sort of set up with these little tables. here on the side, and with this little grouping. Here you can see some of the other new bowls. That's the plates. And I added this one here. And over here I added a kitchen. So this is the very nice new Druidic smoking rack fish, and I really like how it's just useful. I will use that in lots of my other builds. Sort of like how the Solitude drying racks are useful. And this up here is sort of like a food curing area, I decided. You know, there's a bunch of these little small rooms you don't know what to do with, so And this leads to the little top balcony. I did not attempt to see how high I could get. I would have really liked to see if you can build higher, since I discovered you couldn't build lower. So I may try that in the future. But for now, it's just a little short balcony, so I stuck some benches out here to enjoy the view. Always kind of weirds me out how when your character's walking, it's really noticeable that they're not actually stepping on the proper step. They're just sort of gliding weirdly down the stairs. I shouldn't notice these things. I have to make myself crazy. So coming back through this little dining area, this area over here was kind of already set up as a workroom area. So I went with it. Here's another of those new furnishings. This one's stout clay pot. And yes, I threw a few of these. They're meant to go in the Apocrypha house, but I had extras and I had run out of room in that one, so they came here. So here's the Druidic goblets out of stone. Another bowl. And that's a stone plate and the single clay plate. And more cages! I don't know why they gave us so many cages. Honestly, it's like there's too many. Okay, let's go see the last dwelling. This fancy one. This is the fancy one up here, I decided. For some reason, my brain decided this was the honeymoon suite. I don't know. Do druids do honeymoons? That's like a bizarre thing to ask. So this is the Cloud Drift suite. And it's got two separate rooms. Woo! So I made this living space, dining area. I turned this into a bedroom. Of course, I had to do a crazy wall. And a bath. When do I not have a bath? I had to have at least one crazy one. So this is the very cool little druid dwelling. I will probably play around with it some more, but I really just wanted to get it decorated and get it out there so people could see and get an idea of what was coming and get some ideas of what all could be done with it. I will probably do some testing to see how high you can go, how far over. The map's pretty big, so I would hope you could build up in some of these areas, and I just haven't checked yet. I would like to. But thank you so much for coming along on this journey, and I will see you the next build.